Well, what's going on, everybody? For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Rich Lopp. I am a YouTube tarot card reader, and I also help people understand the real secrets to the law of attraction. Okay, when I say the real secrets, I say it that way because the law of attraction is a subject that has been a pretty hot topic for several years now. And one of the biggest problems is that we have groups of people who say it works and groups of people who say it doesn't work. See what I'm saying? Like, we kind of have two sides of a fence here when it comes to this subject. And it kind of bothers me a little bit because I see why that is. Okay. To give you just a little bit of my backstory before I get into this, just a little bit, very briefly. I don't have a whole lot of time to talk about me, but a little bit of my backstory is that in 2015, I spent 6 months living under a bridge, eating out of a trash can, and the only thing that I had to my name was an old moldy couch cushion and an old dirty ass blanket that I used as a bed, and slept under a bridge in southern Indiana, right across the street from Louisville, Kentucky. In January of 2016, I had acquired me a free Obama phone that I got from one of them little tents on the street corner, and I had turned myself into a homeless shelter. Was out wandering around, sitting in McDonald's using their free Wi-Fi, playing around on YouTube, and discovered my very first law of attraction video. Okay, here in 2 days, it'll be January 1st, 2020. Just to give you a bit of my then to now in regards to the law of attraction and how real it actually is. And one of the reasons why I'm so frustrated at the way people talk about it, really, is what it is, okay? I'm not here to debunk anything that anybody has told you. I'm not here to tell you that anybody's method is incorrect. But what I am here to do is to reach people on a mass level and speak in a language that everybody can understand and somewhat demystify some of these phrases and some of the techniques and some of the things that people say in regards to the law of attraction. Now, first, let's talk about what is the law of attraction. That is a phrase that was coined basically that describes what is responsible for every experience you have ever had. Okay? I think a lot of people are under the misconception that it's something that you start doing. Like, oh, this law of attraction thing is something I start doing that I've never done before so that I can have the things that I want. No. That's not the case, okay? The law of attraction is something that has been working this whole time. This whole time, okay? What you do, if you deem it necessary, if you choose to do so with your free will, what we are doing is we are learning how the mechanism works. Okay? Now, why would we need to do that? Well, most of the time it's because people want more in life. They want to increase, just name it, increase your income, increase the quality of the relationships you formulate, you name it. Yes, most people come to the law of attraction to learn how to attract money. Okay. Well, actually, not only is that has very little to do with the law of attraction, but money is one of the easiest things to manifest. So that's like the baby phases of it. Okay. Money is a very, very simplistic energy. Okay. However, it's all the way across the board. The law of attraction is a universal mechanistic law that is responsible for everything you have ever experienced. Everything. Okay? The good things, the bad things, the right, the wrong, the fair, the unfair, the just, the unjust, all of those things. I'll get to these super chats here in a minute, okay? Aquamarine, thank you. So what is it that we're doing here? We're taking the mechanism apart and figuring out how it works so we can reconfigure it. So I think one of the first biggest mistakes that people make when they are helping explain how the law of attraction works is simply this. You hear people say things all the time like, you are the universe. You're connected. We're all connected. We're all one. And somewhere we jump from that to saying affirmations, right? To writing things on a vision board, to thinking and imagining the things that you want, and all these things right here. And that sounds beautiful, but people then come to you and say, well, wait a minute, I set and I imagined and I envisioned and I said my affirmations and nothing happened. Okay, so somewhere in there, there's still a part of us that is so engulfed in this illusion of separation that we believe that the universe is somewhere out there, separate from us. Like the universe is this separate mechanism out there that we can talk to, much like I could talk to you. Like if I said, hey, Jim, could you pass me the salt? Jim say, oh, okay, grab the salt and pass it to you. And we think we can talk to the universe that way, and that's not the way it works at all. By any stretch of the imagination, that's not the way it works. The universe never fights against you, ever. There is nobody on this planet that the universe is ever working against, okay? Now, I think that right there is one of the most important things to understand, is that the universe is never against you. That's how connected to the universe we are. The universe is doing exactly what you're doing. Whatever game you are playing with the universe, it is playing it right back with you. Think about that. Think about that. Take as much time as you need thinking about that. What is it that I am doing? Some of you may be saying, well, I really want to try really hard to double my income. Okay. You are the universe. So if you really want to try really hard to double your income, that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to try really hard to double your income. If you are searching for the right lover, if you're out in search of the right one, Mr. or Mrs. Right, then the universe is going to keep the right person hidden from you. You could tack on an extra 500 years to your life, and you would still never find this person because you're searching for them. And if that's what you're doing, then that's what game the universe is going to play with you. It's going to keep the lover hidden from you. Think about that really hard. Most people do not even understand that you run on a paradigm. You have a default setting that has been programmed since the moment you set foot on this planet. You were being programmed and indoctrinated by everybody around you, okay? And every single thing about the way you operate on a subconscious level was programmed for you, okay? Most people don't really understand that that programming comes with a default setting, okay? There's a default way that you view money. There's a default way that you view love and relationships. There's a default way that you view yourself. And you don't even put any conscious effort into it. Okay, because 95% of the things that you think, say, and do throughout the day happen on autopilot, and you don't even put any conscious effort into it. Okay, that's your default setting. Your default setting. And most people, first of all, once they do kind of come to terms with that, they don't even realize what their default setting is. Well, that's what we're here to do. We are here to figure out what is it that what game am I playing with the universe? How am I attracting the things into my life that I don't want? That's the thing you have to figure out first. Okay? It's very, very, very important that in order to attract things that you would like, that you have to figure out how you attracted the things you didn't like. Okay? And that process never ever stops. Okay? Never ever stops. So, again, you are the universe. You are. So it's not out there. It's not out there. There is no real out there. Not really. But since that's the game that we're caught in, that's what we're going to play with. Because that out there is going to respond to what's in here. And you have to put forth the effort first. So, having said that, our default setting, let's say a cigarette smoker. Let's say you're a cigarette smoker. We're not here to cast judgment on whether that's healthy or unhealthy. That's not the point. That's just the only example that came to my mind at the moment. It doesn't matter. The point of it is that's a default setting. That is part of your default settings, right? Yeah, it may be unhealthy. Again, that's not the point. So the point of it is if you're a cigarette smoker, that's part of your default settings. And when do you light up a cigarette? Maybe, first thing in the morning. Oh, most people, yeah. Oh, right after a meal, dude. Oh, yeah, right after you eat something. Doesn't matter if you just put one out. As soon as you get done eating, you got to fire another one back up, right? And how much conscious effort do you put into that? Very little. Very little. Unless, of course, you're low on cigarettes and then you start. That's a whole other story, though. You understand the point I'm making, right? You understand the point I'm making. That's just, it is what it is, and you don't think about it. You don't put much conscious effort into it. It's just part of your daily routine. Okay, well, to undo that and rewire in a new default setting, what does that take? It takes time and consistency. Time and consistency. That's what we're doing here. That's the law of attraction. That's how you rewire what you are manifesting. It's just like any other habit or routine, just like going to the gym. Going to the gym. How many of you here have tried that? How uncomfortable is it for the first 6 weeks or so? Oh, it's not fun, is it? No, not really. Or how about a new diet? A new diet. That's a big one. That's a big one. How many people have started a new diet? And how uncomfortable is it for quite some time? Because somewhere in there, what we are actually wanting, come on, let's be honest, y'all. That's another thing about the law of attraction. You got to start being honest with yourself. Let's be honest. Those of you who have started the diet or started going to the gym, what is it you're really hoping to do? You're hoping to get the results you want so you can stop fucking doing it. Because you just want to go right back to the way you were, but just have this little thing that's different. No. This thing that you're attracting, or the belly that you, your little pooch that you have, or whatever it is that you are wanting to change, is there because your mind is vibrating at a certain vibration. Okay, whatever you're experiencing out here that you would like to change is not going to change first before you change the way you feel. No. That's there because your mind vibrates on that frequency. Okay? So that's what most of us want to do. We want to go on the diet just long enough to lose that 10 pounds, then go back to eating like shit. We want to go to the gym just long enough to get that six-pack and then stop going to the gym, right? That's what we want to do. Well, a lot of people treat the law of attraction the same way. And it's all the same thing, okay? It's all the same thing. What we are doing is we are unwiring our old perceptions. Our old perceptions, because that's what we're working with here. We're working with the way we perceive life, the way you perceive money, the way you perceive love and relationships, the way you perceive everything that you experience, the goggles that you view life through. We are throwing away the old goggles and putting on a new pair, okay? It's a lifestyle change, a lifestyle change. Just like a new diet. If you really want to get that body that you want bad enough and you want to keep it, you can't just go on the diet long enough to lose the 10 pounds and then go back to eating McDonald's every day. It doesn't work that way. You have to change your lifestyle. You have to take the old food and throw it away for good. Okay, if you want to keep staying in shape, you got to go to the gym and keep going. It's a lifestyle change. Same thing with what you attract into your life with the law of attraction. Okay, that's what it is. That's what we're working with here. Okay, so let's take money for example. That's what everybody wants to learn how to manifest and learn how to attract. Okay, let's take money. Let's take it. The thing about money is nothing but an idea. That's it. That's it. That's all money ever has been. That's all it will ever be. Becky, thank you for that super chat. Money is an idea. It's an agreement. Okay? I learned this in Mind Mastery School. As Jonathan Amaret says, Monopoly money means nothing until you're playing Monopoly. And then fights break out over Monopoly money between family members when you're playing Monopoly. Think about that. When you're playing the game, the worth you assign it with your mind is how much it's worth at that point. Okay? And everybody who's playing the game assigns it that worth. Take $200,000 cold hard cash to a desert island. What good does that do you? Doesn't do you any good at all. It is worth nothing when you're not here playing this game. Think about that. Take all the time in the world that you need thinking about that. What is money? What is it? The only reason anything costs anything is because somebody says so. And that's it. That's it. That is it. Nothing more, nothing less. The only reason anything is worth anything is because somebody believes it. That's it. That's it. That is all you will ever need to know about money. Now let's talk about, what did we just talk about when it comes to the universe? Okay, the universe only knows how to say one thing. Okay, yes, that's true. And the universe does not respond to your conscious thoughts. It responds to what you're vibrating at. Okay, so the inner vibration is your default setting. So, how many of you have done this? Okay, and again, these things, this doesn't make you stupid. This doesn't make you, because we're programmed to do this. We think that we're playing it safe. How many of you do this? You go into the store and say your budget is $40. Okay, and you're pinching all your pennies and you're getting all your coupons together and you're trying to find the best deals because, oh my God, I can't get the $2.50 bag of chips. Oh man, that'll put me over my budget. I guess I'll just have to put the chips back because I can't afford this. Blah, 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 blah. We're programmed that that's the safe way to do it, that that's how you hold on to your money really tight, and that's how you get money, right? Nothing could be further from the truth. Nothing could be further from the truth. Because you are telling the universe, first of all, you are vibrating at the frequency of, I can't afford that. That's what you're vibrating at, okay? The universe only knows how to do one thing, and that is agree with you, okay? You're telling the universe, like, again, say your budget is $40. Fleur, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate it. Say your budget is $40. You're telling the universe, all I have is $40. And once I spend this $40, I'm never going to get it back. That's what you're telling the universe. And the universe only knows how to do one thing, and that is agree with you. And keep giving you evidence that supports what you believe. And the only thing a belief is a thought that you think over and over and over until you wire it into your subconscious mind and it becomes part of your default setting, okay? That default setting is what we're talking about undoing, okay? So take, for example, giving and receiving, okay? I'm sure just about every ancient text, every religion talks about when you give, you receive, okay? Again, a lot of people are severely misled into thinking that there's this external force out there watching you and judging you and rewarding you and punishing you. No. I know a lot of you would like to think that that's how it works, and that is what is holding you back. You are the one who judges you. You are the one who tells you what you deserve. You are the one who rewards you. You are the one who punishes you. You're the one that does that. It's not out there. It's not separate from you. It's you the whole time. So when you give, let's say you give the homeless man the $20 bill. Say you go out to the restaurant and you go a little crazy and hell, you tip your waiter, 40%. Fuck that $40 budget. Let's go crazy and spend $60 at the store. That has to come from a place of, I can afford that. I can afford that. Leona, thank you for that super chat. And what we're doing is we are rewiring that default setting because most of us are pre-wired to be scared of money and be nervous about it and be afraid of what will happen with or without it. That's what we are programmed to do. It's part of our default setting. It's part of our default setting. We don't question it. That's just common sense, right? No. Let me ask you this. Every last person watching me right now, let me ask you this. How would you feel if you accidentally lost $100? How would you feel? Think about that. You got a crispy new Ben Frank in your pocket, $100 bill. And you're walking, the parking lot was packed at the Walmart. And you had to park way in the back. And you're walking all the way to the front door. Okay? And somewhere between your car and the front door of Walmart, you pull your phone out to check your text message, and the $100 bill falls and blows away. And you don't realize it until you get in the store. How would you feel? How would you feel? Most people would be sick to their stomachs. And that does not make you a bad person, because that's how we are programmed to perceive money. Oh no, universe, I'm broke. Oh, now what am I gonna do? You know? Melly, thank you for that super chat. And again, the universe has no choice but to keep giving you evidence that supports what you believe. And again, I'm not saying that any of you are wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. You're programmed that way, okay? You're programmed to assign money. Most of us, let's go out on a limb here, look at money like it's something way up on this pedestal. It's way, way up there. And only the smartest and the strongest and the most skilled and the most highly educated and, are allowed to have it. And man, if I could only have that money that's up. Most of us perceive money that way and don't even realize that we're doing it. We don't even realize that all we're doing is looking at monopoly money and telling the universe that we're not good enough to have it. Think about that. Now, that takes time. Just like a diet, right? We just talked about starting a new diet. Just like quitting smoking. Just like starting a gym routine. Okay? It's the same mechanistic part of your brain. It's a habit. It's a default setting. Okay? And it takes time and practice to unwire the old perception and rewire a new perception. Okay? Unwire the old perception and rewire the new perception to, I can afford that. I can afford that. That's the reason why when you give the homeless man the $20. Some of you give the homeless man 20 bucks, and then what happens? Later on in the day, you find a $20 bill on the ground at the gas station or something. But wait a minute, that doesn't happen to everybody though, does it? It doesn't happen to everybody. Why is that? Why is that? Because you cannot enter into any kind of exchange. Now, right now, all we're talking about is money, okay? We'll get in further on in more videos, we'll get to digging more in depth, but I'm trying to lay the groundwork here, okay? Thank you, Rose, for that super chat. It doesn't work for everybody because there are people out there who think that somebody's watching them up in the clouds and is going to do them a favor. It's not the way it works. So if you go up to the homeless man with this being your vibration, all right, universe, are you watching? I'm about to do something real sweet. I'm about to be a good boy. Are you watching? Okay. Here, homeless man, here's 20 bucks. Oh, shit, I couldn't afford to do that. Oh, damn it. Oh, universe, I know you saw that. When you gonna reward me? That's not, no, you are manifesting lack like a motherfucker right there, dude. The reason you receive when you give is because it comes from a place of, I can afford that. I can afford that. You need it more than me. I'm good. I'm taken care of. I'll get money later. I'll get it back. I'll make it back somehow. How? I don't know. I don't care how. Doesn't matter. That's not up to me. Universe got me. I'm good. I'm straight. Promise you I'm straight. I could throw his 20 bucks at you and not even worry about it. Now the trick is not to have money first before you start feeling that way. That's what most of us think. Well, if only I had the money to prove that I didn't need to worry about it. No. That's the trick of the matrix here. That's the trick. You have to adapt that perception first, in order to attract the money to you, in order for the doorways of opportunity to start opening for you. Okay? Hala, thank you for that super chat. What most people do, and I've done this. I've done this back in my journey of, and I'm still on my journey, by the way, y'all. I'm still learning more and exercising more of these techniques every day. It's a lifestyle change. But what most people do is they can do the whole process down to a T, down to the T. And the universe opens that door of opportunity and they don't walk through it. They don't walk through it. If you want something you've never had, you have to be willing to do something you've never done. You have to be willing to go along with life in a way you've never gone along with it. Like Dr. Joe Dispenza says, you cannot create a new personal reality as the same personality. You literally have to become someone else. You are changing the way you think. And yes, it is possible. They can prove it scientifically. They can measure that you have the capability with thought alone to unwire old systems and rewire new systems in your brain. Okay? We humans can make thought more real than anything. Okay? And that's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing here. You have to change the way you perceive it first. Money, for example. Okay? It's really hard to do. How do you do that? How did I do that when I was working at a car wash for tips? Hoping that somebody tipped me today, or I may not be able to eat lunch. I may not be able to eat dinner if I don't get enough tips today. How in the world do I switch from I hope I get tips so that I can eat to I'm not worried about it. Going and spend money that I don't have any evidence that I can afford to spend the money that I'm spending on law of attraction courses, because I rewired the vibration from, oh, man, how am I gonna, now I can't afford it, to, I can afford that. I can afford that. I got it. I can afford it. How? Doesn't matter how. I can afford it. Let me ask you this. What is the difference between sitting, say, on your couch in your house, peaceful, quiet, nothing is going on? You have no evidence of anything happening. What is the difference between imagining the best case scenario until you get yourself to believe it, and sitting around and having an anxiety attack and imagining the worst case scenario until you get yourself to believe it? You know, there are people who shamelessly and unapologetically, blatantly will tell you that you're an idiot if you picture the best case scenario and you're naive and you have your head in the sand. And I'm better off than you because, well, I'm doing the same fucking thing you're doing, but I'm doing it with the worst case scenario. Of the infinite possibilities in the quantum field, I'm going to pre-select the worst case scenario and run it through my mind until I hardwire it into my subconscious like a computer program, and that becomes my default setting, to be nervous and afraid and stressed out and worried about the worst possible case scenario all the time. And that's my default setting. That's my default setting. It's going to take some time to unwire that. Okay? It's going to take some time to unwire that. I promise you, anybody watching this, it is no better, no worse, no safer to sit around and imagine the best case scenario than it is to sit around and imagine the worst case scenario. Think about that. What's the difference? Neither person has any evidence that either one of them is going to manifest into fruition. Okay, but I guarantee you one thing. The person who pre-wires their mind to expect the worst case scenario is more than likely going to experience a worst case scenario. And the person who trains their mind to expect the best case scenario is probably going to eventually end up experiencing the best case scenario. Okay, so I am about to wrap this first video up here. I wanted to lay the groundwork to the real secrets of the law of attraction and reach people in a way that you can understand, okay? There will be many more videos like this to come, but I think that this is a perfect time to start introducing things like this on my channel. This is actually my specialty, y'all. A lot of y'all don't realize that. That I've been studying and much more passionate about law of attraction, and my tarot card reading just was a hobby that I picked up and just was playing with and became very successful. But I wanted to go ahead and lay the groundwork here because we are at that point right now where it's almost New Year's Eve. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Okay, so we got a lot of people who are focusing all their intentions and their wishes on changing their old reality and welcoming in a new reality. Okay? And we got a lot of people who do that same thing every single year. And it's not successful. It's rarely ever successful. Why is that? Why is that? Why do we keep repeating the same cycles over and over and over and over and over, year after year after year, at the same place, same time, every year, same old thing, every single year, year after year? Okay. Well, this right here, I'm inviting you to take a step outside of your comfort zone and open up your mind and put forth some work and effort. Yes, it takes work and effort if you want to see real changes in your life. Real changes, okay? So I am going to go ahead and end this video here. There will be more to come. I greatly appreciate everybody who tuned in. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to start putting out the rest of these videos, but this is definitely going to be in the mix. With my tarot card readings and whatnot, because I am here not just to read your tarot cards, okay? That's just my little earthly job, okay? My real job is to assist, to be one of the people who assists in the awakening, okay? Assists in the shift that we are going through, in the expansion of consciousness, okay? I'm a volunteer who is here to help mankind awaken. There's several of us here doing this job, okay? And I greatly appreciate everybody who is playing along and allowing me to live out this little life mission of mine to help in the awakening, in the evolutionary process, okay? But I am going to go ahead and end this video here. I greatly appreciate you all again for tuning in. I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have a good one, okay?